it's Caitlin. Today I'm going to be talking about tips to read more while you are in school. Personally, I think it is really hard to read during college or high school or whatever grade you're in because you are like under a lot of pressure to do your homework already assigned to you, and then instead of reading you kind of just like want to watch The Bachelor on Hulu. I watched The Bachelor in the library last night. I just want to talk about a couple of tips that I have found helpful. My reading goal for this year is 50 books, and currently I'm 2 books behind, but I'm currently reading 4 books. And I know what you're thinking, Caitlin, if you are just going to tell me to read multiple books at a time, like, I'm going to exit out of this video. But let me tell you, friend, I never, emphasis, never would read more than 1 book at a time. I have to finish the book I'm reading before I go on to the next book. And I know you're like, yeah, Caitlin, me too, I'm leaving. But no, listen, I'm an English major, so I have to read for my homework, which is fun, by the way. I love it. And I don't want to only be doing homework. This is how I branched out. I'm currently reading The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood for class. It's very good. So it's not like it is homework because it's like fun to read, but also it's homework, and I know that. So I was like, oh, why don't I just pick up History Is All You Left Me by Adam Silvera? And I'm on page 205. So if you read multiple books at once, I could only be reading The Handmaid's Tale and then not finish The Handmaid's Tale until whenever I'm supposed to be having it done, tomorrow. Or I could be reading The Handmaid's Tale and History Is All You Left Me at the same time, reading them at the same speed, reading like the same chunk of them every day, and then I finish 2 books when I would have only finished 1. If you keep up a good schedule, every day, if I start to read one of the books that I'm reading, like today I was reading Anna and the French Kiss. I'm gonna read till page 300 of Anna and the French Kiss today to finish it on time. Not to just meet my reading goal or anything, because like I honestly just want to finish more books and like move on to more books so I can like know more stories. Like really feel the need to like read a lot for no purpose except that I want to read the books that I have because I'm excited about all of them. Like, don't stress yourself out about your reading goal. Honestly, like it's a reading goal on Goodreads. If you make a schedule, if you read when you have time to, like I have class till 11. I have 9 a.m. to 11, and then I have a break until 1:30. So I read 50 pages of History Is All You Left Me like in that break, and then I didn't have to read. I mean, like I obviously can, but like to me, like I like reading 50 pages of a book a day. Read on the weekend, by the way. I'm an introvert, and so instead of partying, I definitely read on the weekend. Always have a book with you. Like waiting for the bus stop, you can read. That's why I like to talk about books on my Kindle a lot. I have the Kindle app on my iPhone, which is really nice because that's where I have Anna and the French Kiss, which I'm reading. I was waiting for class to start today, and I was like, oh, I'll just read Anna and the French Kiss. Or I was waiting for the bus stop the other day, and it took half an hour to get there, so I was like, oh, I'll read Anna and the French Kiss. And then I read Anna and the French Kiss on the bus, and I didn't have to like carry this around in my purse, which was really nice. Now, I'm not supposed to be saying this, but I may have found a website where you can illegally download audiobooks, or you can find them on YouTube. Do you want to know why I'm saying this? Just pretend I'm not. Like, I'm not like giving you any information. I'm not selling anything. Audible is really expensive. I could only afford it over the summer when I wasn't in school, and I could work full-time, and I didn't have anything to pay, you know, like when I was living in my parents' house. So if you have a job that you work full-time and like you can afford it, I'd get Audible. It's like really nice. I liked it, but there are websites that you can download audiobooks, which I download audiobooks and I listen to them like when I clean my room or when playing a game on my phone. So it feels like I'm relaxing, and then I'm like listening to a story, and then you still like finish the book. And again, like you need to finish that book for class, so like that's another book. Like it's not a choice book, which is why you should read like 2 books at once like that, unless you like really cannot. And if you cannot read more books, like more than 1 book at a time, then that's okay. But still, bring a book with you wherever you go. Maybe utilize that book as an audiobook. Like for A Court of Thorns and Roses, I have the audiobook and I read it. Like I do both, and it gets kind of hard to manage like if you start way too many, which is my problem. I like write down which book I want to read each day in my planner, and I like switch it up every day, but every day I have to read the one for class. Utilize the Kindle app or the iBooks app or like the Nook app. Just like get books on your phone that you can like, because it's so, like, I don't want to put this book in my purse and just like carry it around with me all day. So get it on your phone. That is really nice. Utilize different types of books and utilize your time and plan out. I like to plan everything. Like, I know reading should like be fun and spontaneous. It still is fun, even if I plan it. And I don't like always stick to the plan. I'm not just like staying up late when I really want to go to bed to like read 50 pages of a book that I like don't have to read. I don't do that. Like, if I don't read the 50 pages, then I'm like, okay, well, I'll just read 50 tomorrow. I'm not like, I need to read 100, and I'm like, okay, I'll just like do it tomorrow. So it's not like stressful. I don't feel obligated to do it. It's just like, it helps me plan out how to finish them all, and so I'm not stressed and overwhelmed with like the amount of books that I'm trying to read at once. And maybe speed read. I don't speed read unless the book is awful. So I hope a couple of those tips may have helped you. Again, like, short and sweet here. Read multiple books at once. If you can't, get the book as an audiobook and have it as a physical copy. Make time to read. Always bring the book with you, and don't stress yourself out about it. You don't need to read 5 books at one time. You don't need to stress yourself out about a reading goal. Just have fun reading. That's the point of it, you know? To enjoy yourself, okay? Okay. I will see you next time. Thank you for watching, and please remember to give this a thumbs up and subscribe. It really means a lot to me, okay? Bye.